I want to talk about an important part of the swing that even Ben Hogan talked about, the thumb position of the lead hand. I don't think enough attention is paid to the actual thumb position of the lead hand. I know Ben Hogan talked about it a lot, and when you see Mo Norman's grip, there's some similarities in how this lead thumb is positioned, but how it's actually affecting the hand hinge or the radial deviation of the lead wrist. I think it's a big deal. I think it's a big deal for Ben Hogan as he struggled with closing the face. I think it's also was a big deal for Mo Norman and how he squared the club and was the greatest ball striker that's ever played the game. That's what's so difficult about the golf swing sometimes, is the littlest things can make the biggest effect on your swing motion. Because if I start messing around with this lead hand, I'm actually messing around with my ability to square a club face. But the lead thumb is interesting to me because when I would watch Mo hit golf balls, and I noticed this a lot. First of all, I thought his hands looked so perfect on the golf club, how he gently rested his hand on the club to where it created a neutral position, which was how he squared the face. But I always saw this gap between the thumb and the index finger. I saw a gap in there. In other words, I didn't see him close this gap like this. He didn't pinch it off. Now, from here, when I take the club back into the backswing and my hand goes from an ulnar deviated position to a radial deviated position, look at the thumb. And when it does that, and it starts going back this way, you'll notice that because the thumb position has a bridge, I call it bridging this knuckle here, because of its position, I didn't try to do that, it creates a radial stop and a hinge. I think this is where Hogan had a lot of issues with hooking the golf ball, because if the wrist goes this direction and doesn't radial stop, that face will shut. So when I go this direction with the wrists, that radial stop occurs, and look at the face will get on plane, and I'll have a stopping point. And then what's great about that is I can leverage the golf club coming down.